Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 lucky winners of my 1000 subscriber special, right? And I copy pasted all the names that were entering into the contest, right? And I sorted the list, I deleted the duplicates of the names, and then I randomized the names, selecting 3 of them, right? And the 3 lucky winners that I selected, right, is going to be Ren's Dude Man, Saftir I'm sorry, I must have butchered your name. And there's also Eternal, right? So those are the 3 lucky winners, right? So congratulations. I have replied to you on the comments section, and all you have to do is send me what your epic ID is, and then I will add you, and then we can get right into building together, right? And you have 4 days to redeem this, right? So 4 days, right? So right now it is March 8th, right? Because it just turned past midnight, and I will give you until March 12th to redeem this, okay? So till then, right, we can have some fun building, right? As well, this video is also going to talk about my home base east, because I think the home base east is very important to talk about, right? Because it's not only cheap somewhat, it's also related to the WAN amplifier, right? So I need to make sure to talk about that too. The home base north, though, however, is going to take some time because I still need to verify that this will work for smashers in terms of the path, okay? Excuse me. Now, for the home based east, right? So first we're going to notice that I have walls all surrounding the home base. I have walls all surrounding the home base except for this little spot over here. So this little spot is actually for the home base north, right? And how I'm designing it, right? So I'm going to leave this open, okay? And then we're going to have 3 walls over here on the east side, right? 3 walls over here on the east side with the roof over here, right? So these are important. So there's going to be a total of these 3 structures over here, these 2 structures here, these 3 structures here, and these 3 structures over here, right, for the walls. And then we're going to have 3 structures over here for the slants, and then the roof over here, right? And these are going to be the important structures for the home base, okay? Now I do have additional tires over here, 2 on the west, 3 on the south, or sorry, 2 on the south. And I have this little jump thing, right? But these are mainly because I wanted additional tires on the home base, so if this gets attacked from, like, say, a mini boss, then I don't have to worry too much about it breaking AI when it breaks the structures. Okay, that's pretty much the only reason, is because when there's a mini boss here, and there's going to be some structures going to be taken down. Okay, so with that in mind, then we can talk about the home base tunnel itself, right? So the home base east tunnel, right? The home base east tunnel is pretty much going to be what most people are using, right? There's nothing too surprising about this, right? Everybody's been using pretty much the same tunnel. It's just that everyone has their own way of, you know, designing it, right? It's going to be the same pathing, though, essentially. So the way I designed this, the front wall launchers over here, there's going to be the regular wall launchers that you see every time, right? Because there's going to be a very rare for this going to be attacked on the random waves. It's only going to be attacked wave 1, and then random waves from there on out, right? So it's very rare for this to get attacked, right? In fact, it is very rare for it to get attacked on random waves to begin with, right? And all the wall launchers all across here are actually going to have 0 impact. So these are all high durability, 0 impact wall launchers, right? And the purpose of these are actually not for the durability. I actually want the husks to be launched very little. I don't want them to be launched too far. So what ends up happening is, suppose that this wall launcher over here is a triple impact double reload wall launcher. What can end up happening is that the husks get launched, get all the way over here, right? Can be launched really far, and that's bad because now and now they can actually path either to up there, they can path to you as well, but they can also start breaking some builds and pathing to you from this angle over here, instead of pathing them towards down here, for example, right, with an assassin tunnel, right, or towards the east side, right? Because I don't have anything proper when they get when there's assassins on this over here, so I don't want them to get launched over here. And furthermore, there could be other husks get launched over there, which would be bad, right? And that's why this wall launcher over here is going to have 0 impact. 0 impact here, and also 0 impact up here, and 0 impact up here, right? And if you don't have zero impact wall launchers for whatever reason, right, which is understandable, you don't have those kind of wall launchers, what you're going to end up doing, right, is that you're going to have to block this off, right? So you're going to have to block this off. So one way to try to block this off is like here, for example, over here, which I'm out of structures because I overbuilt all my amplifiers, right? You're going to have to keep blocking this off over here, right? You can see, just keep blocking it off over here, block it off over here, right? That's the only way that you're going to be able to get away with that, right? If you don't have these impact wall launchers. So that's why I always emphasize zero impact is very important, low impact is very important for many builds, because it'll help you save you structures, right? So you don't have to build these block offs, right? As well, the importance of the hitbox overlapping. So I talked about hitbox overlapping. So the impact numbers are not going to be too important if this area is going to be high density anyway, which it is, because this is the only way that they're going to come over here, right? So it's going to be pretty high density, so the impact numbers don't really matter. The knockback doesn't really matter too much either, because as long as you get them off the tile, it's fine. So that's why I prefer using these kind of launchers, right? However, the wall lights are going to be the full bangs, triple impact, double reloads, right? Those are going to be the full bangers, and these are going to be pretty good. Okay. Excuse me. Now, for the block off over here, right? So there's going to be a block off, and the way I do my block off over here is overbuilt in theory. However, I tried using less block off and I had phasing issues, right? And I wasn't really sure the reasoning behind it, right? So this is the minimum amount of block off that I tested that I need for this to be stable without phasing, right? And the block off, how it is that there's walls over here, right? Walls over there too, because that's a rare spawn on that danger spot over there. Slants behind that, and for the lava bomb shift, we're gonna have half floors on the east side, right? So make sure these half floors on the east side, you should shift the lava bomb, right? And then there's no floors in here, so that's good. There's gonna be just slant that, walls all surrounding that with a slant, and you should be good with that layering over there. Now towards this over here, right, we're gonna have 4 layers. So we're gonna have the walls over here as 1 layer, 2 layers as the flat, floors over there, 3 layers as a slants all the way over here, which is also connecting to the north side, and then walls all surrounding that. So a total of 4 layers on this, and then a total layer of 5 layers over here, right? Yep, 5 layers. Okay. And that's all the layering that we're going to need for this area. Now this over here is going to also require some layering, because we don't want them to path towards the north side over here, split pathing, right? So all we need is 2 layers. So walls over here with wall launchers, and the wall launchers are mainly for the assassin husk, and in case they want to hit on the walls, right? And I think both of them are 4 times impact. Now in here, there's going to be flat floors over here for the lava bomb shift, and then just a slants all behind that, so that's just 2 layers over there, and then 4 layers over here, totaling of 6 layers right, for that block off over there. Okay, so once we have that, and then we should be good to go with talking about this over here, right? So this is to ensure that the home base east, right, the home base east, when it launches husks over here, it prevents them from pathing up on down here, right? Because this is my WAMP amplifier, which if you haven't watched my WAMP amplifier, go ahead and watch it, right? And there's also updates in the description, which if you see some changes here and there, I always update things in the description in case I change things up. And this is one of those changes where I use half floors all around here to path, right, while remaining disconnected from this over here, so that husk can't actually walk over. Okay, so this is over here is a block off with 3 layers, right? So we have walls all over here to prevent the husk from launching too far, and we have a full sandwich over here without the half floors, right? Without these. And on each wall over here, there's going to be sand walls, and the sand walls are just preventing the assassin husk from wanting to bang on the walls and then just take the path down here, right? So we want the assassin husk to take the path down here and break on this wall, which I'm going to bang them up with the broadsides, freeze trap, gas traps, right? And if they decide to bang on this wall, there's a sound wall, right? And but we all want to make sure we bang on either here, right? Or they path towards the east side, right? So either path towards the east side, jumping down here, right? And then eventually go into the south side, which I'm going to be camping, right? And for pretty much all my builds now, I'm going to be trying to be camping on the Valley Amplifier behind the spawn over there. And that's my camping spot, which have you seen some of my videos, and it's been pretty decent, right? Alright, so that's that. There's also one little thing to note as well, right? Which there's wooden floor spikes and there's tar pits, right? And which of course you're going to use. Now this particular wooden floor spike is actually a little bit stronger, right? So this particular wooden floor spike has healing, because sometimes a husk might get stuck on here and start whacking on this floor. They generally don't do enough damage for it to be a threat. However, I do have healing just in case it does become a threat, and you know, I can just help heal the whacking. That's it. Or that. Okay. And there's also the Lobber Shield, right? So there's a Lobber Shield because they can fling from these positions over here, which I can mark. So they can fling from here, right? All around here they can fling, right? So we gotta make sure we block all of that, right? So here they can fling, and I think these spots they can fling as well, okay? So we gotta make sure that they can prevent that from happening. And the way I do that is setting up this Lobber Shield as shown here, right? So 3 tiles over here from this slant, right? And then we create a 2x5 over here, right? 2x5, and then 3 up, and then 1 up, right? So you just copy and paste like that, and you should have a decent Lobber Shield for this, right? And that is essentially the home base east, right? It's not too complicated in my opinion for the home base east, right? But I do require more layering than what my theory suggests because of phasing issues, right? And I'm not sure entirely the reason behind it, right? I see some people don't have very much layering over here, but when I tried it, it doesn't work out, right? And I wasn't really understanding the reason behind it, but this is the way I have my build set up. Okay, now don't forget, this is tested on many waves, including wave 26, but however, it's not been tested in the very recent patches because of how rare the spawns are, right? But I guarantee you that this does work, okay? Another thing to note too before I go is that if you're using my WAMP amplifier, ensure that this tunnel over here is completely disconnected from this block off and also the block off on the home base east, right? So if you had something like this, right, when you connect it over here, then this would end up breaking the build, right? Same thing if you did this over here, connecting all over here, this would end up breaking the build. It also connects to over here, which then connects to the block off, which ends up breaking the build, right? So you want to make sure this tunnel is completely disconnected from the rest of the build, right? Right? I just want to make sure to emphasize that it has to be disconnected 100%, okay? And you should be good to go with the home base east, right? So, and that'll be it for the home base east, right? So thank you everybody who has supported me and subscribed to me, watch my videos, because I'm pretty happy that we reached 1,000 subs, and who knows what the next goal might be, right? And those 3 lucky winners, I hope to talk to you soon and we can start building together, right? And perhaps I could even make a video with us building, right? But we'll see how that goes, alright? So take care everybody, and have fun building.